Welcome back to Nerd Safari, friends. I'm Simon.
I'm Ellie.
And if you enjoy this video, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell thing. That would be very kind of you indeed. And it is D23 weekend, and man, they've been unveiling a lot of stuff from Incredibles 3 to Moana 2 to, oh my goodness, first looks of the Mandalorian Grogu movie that doesn't come out for another 2 years. But, you know, don't blame me for not getting too excited for something that's 2 years away when there is something coming in December that looks pretty darn cool. So they've just dropped the first trailer for Skeleton Crew starring Jude Law as a Jedi. But before we get to the trailer, I would love to ask you, our viewers, a question. Who is your favorite character from the Star Wars universe and why? That's simple, but that's a tough question, right? We will tell you ours at the end of the trailer. This will be our very first time watching it, so don't blame us if our brains explode. If you want to see what we think about it and hear our answer to that question, stick around until the end. But for now,
let's go.
Let's go. Oh.
Tomorrow's test will set the course of your entire future.
Oh my goodness.
Didn't you ever want to do anything exciting? Like what? What if we could go anywhere we want in the whole galaxy? A real adventure. No more pretend. I found something buried in the woods. What do you think it is? I think it's a lost Jedi temple.
Wow.
Hello? Be careful where you step.
Oh my goodness.
We're lost. Really lost.
Tis dangerous out there in space. Trust no one.
Oh, I got goosebumps. Oh my goodness, my mind is kind of blown while I'm recovering. What did you think of Star Wars The Goonies? I mean Star Wars Skeleton Crew.
I think it was interesting. I really like the way it started off. We haven't seen that kind of a suburban setting in Star Wars before, and it's pretty unusual to find something that hasn't been in Star Wars before.
Yeah, very Earth-looking, right?
Yeah.
Like futuristic Jetson-style Earth-looking,
And that's pretty fun for Stranger Things Star Wars. My concern initially is this does look even more kiddie than Goonies. Like, Goonies has pretty wide appeal, but this, to me, is feeling like a kids' TV show in a way that the others, like, may have been made for a younger audience, but, like, I felt included, whereas this, it feels very kid-oriented in a way that is kind of, initially, it's kind of turning me off a bit.
Ooh, yeah, you know, I felt the same way, which is interesting. I mean, I was thinking back to a time when Disney were criticized of cranking out too many Star Wars and Marvel TV shows, and now I'm desperate for more Star Wars and Marvel TV shows. But I think one of the symptoms of them cranking out a lot of volume was they had different teams running each different franchise or each different series or movie. And it created a bit of a disjointed feel. And I was thinking, I mean, you've got The Acolyte, which, no spoilers, but holy moly, The Acolyte gets dark. It gets very, very adult. And then this does look like it leans much, much younger. I mean, it looks seriously PG. I don't know if that's such a bad thing. I must admit, I still love the Star Wars animated shows. So, and I mean, not that those are kiddie, but they certainly lean a little bit younger. And I think there's room in the Star Wars world for this. But yeah, it definitely, I mean, I really like you say, I really like the suburban start, the Earth-like feel. The like you say, the Stranger Things Goonies vibe to it. They even open up the spaceship and they find, or the Jedi Temple, and they find One-Eyed Willie in there. So, Phil, but I mean, I love that. Like, I grew up with the Goonies and Stand By Me and those kind of movies. So I got no, and It. I mean, oh my goodness! Imagine they find like a Sith Pennywise out there. Yeah, I mean, I guess we don't see really anything of Jude Law in this. Like, he is very mysterious, which is probably a good thing. We don't see anything really much of an antagonist either. Maybe it's just going to be kids on an adventure to find their way back home. It's only an 8-episode show, starts in December. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm quietly optimistic. I definitely share your concerns about it leaning younger. Okay, so I guess our question at the start of the video was, who's your favorite Star Wars character and why? I find it very, very hard to choose one, but if you had to choose a top 3, what kind of people would feature in your top 3?
I mean, I think if you discount the obvious ones, I have a weird affection for most of the animals from Star Wars.
Lothcats?
The Lothcats and the Porgs. All of those things.
Babu Frick? Is Babu Frick an animal?
No, he's a skilled tradesman.
He's an animal in the sack.
Oh God, don't make it disgusting. I do like Babu Frick. He's awesome.
Okay, yeah, you like Babu. So like you say, the obvious ones. I mean, for me, Obi-Wan Kenobi was a character that I grew up loving in the original movies. I mean, Sir Alec Guinness is one of the best actors, or was one of the best actors on the planet. But then Ewan McGregor taking over the mantle and not only playing that character in the prequels, but in the TV show, which I know that got a lot of flack, but man, I loved the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. I found it really, really moving. You know what, though? Our youngest was always into General Grievous, and General Grievous appears in graphic novels and books and all over the place, animated shows, and you learn a lot more about his backstory. And I actually learned to love General Grievous, even though in the prequel movies he's just kind of a lame, nothing villain. I also, there was a character I hope we see more of, Darth Bane, who I know it was kind of an extended universe character. There were a number of books. Drew Karpatchen, I think, wrote a series of books about Darth Bane. Then he appeared in some of the animated shows. I would love to see a little bit more Darth Bane. He really, to me, was the epitome of what a Sith should be. And I kind of like it that we're getting to see a bit more of Darth Plagueis as well in The Acolyte as well. I think Manny Jacinto, appeared as the big bad guy, but I think there's a big badder Sith looming in the wings. Anyway, that was a long-winded way of naming a few random Star Wars characters that I loved. I am really, really intrigued more than anything else to see what Skeleton Crew gives us, but knowing that it appears in the same universe and timeline as The Mandalorian, as Ahsoka, there's a lot coming together here that is going to be a heck of a movie in 2026. So as much as I'm excited to see what the show is like, I'm even more excited to see where this leads us and what Favreau and co do with that. So, yeah, well, I guess, as you can tell, I'm excited. Well, thank you for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, like and subscribe. And we will be back again very soon, friends, on the next Nerd Safari.
Peace out, nerds.